Hi there, and today I'm going through my set of Series 20 collectible minifigures. So I've got all the series of collectible minifigures since they started in Series 1 all those years ago. And sometimes I have sat in a local shop and felt the bags to see what was inside it to get my complete set that way, or other times if I really wanted more than one of a set, I bought a complete box, or other times I use third-party people. This time I've used a company called the Minifigure Store, so they've get me a complete set. They come flat pack like this, lovely. They have been opened, each of them, as you can see. They all have a slight slit in them which have been re-sellotaped up, and they write on the number what the number the minifigure is, to ensure that I get a complete set. So they have been opened just to check what's inside, and then sent on to me. So let's get opening and see what we've got. So I'm going to recut these just because I used to be quite precious about the packets. I'm not so bothered anymore. So who is this? Right. Let's open up the first leaflet so we can make sure we get everyone. And here we are, minifigures. Series 20. Wow, so they're saying 10 years old, 2010 to 2020, and they often show on the back either slightly unusual ones that you need to do something specific for, or just generic information. So there they are, and here's our complete set. And this first one looks like the Viking. Oh, I can open the packet. So this is a great minifigure with a nice little nod to the Viking series from many years ago. So he's got that. Oh, we get a beard and we get a spare beard for this one. That's good. That goes into my spare minifig parts. His head. Oh, I need to put his cape on. So the new cloth capes, not the rigid capes that they used to do. These are much better. They don't get creased and keep the creases in them. If they get folded, they spring back nice because they're cloth. There you go. It looks rather ominous and scary there. We'll stick his spear in one hand. And his shield. There we go. Oops. So there's our first one, the Viking. Right, move that back away, and I'll put our spare bits over here. Next up, who do we have? Right, this is the deep sea diver. He's got dual molded arms, so he's got blue and yellow arms and dual molded legs as well, so black and yellow dual molds there. He has flippers. And the nice thing they're starting to do now with collectible minifigures, they didn't do these with early series with people with things like flippers, but once you've put his flippers on, obviously that he can't now stand on his stand. So they supply you with two of these modified tiles, round one by one, which pop into his flippers like that, and then give you two anti-studs so he can then stand on his display plate like that. They've also got these new, these came out with the DC minifigure series for making them look as if they're jumping or swimming, so we can also do that if we wanted. Take one of these out and put a clear one in. Then when you put it back on his feet, he can look like he's swimming off at an angle, if you can get it in the right place. Oh, why is that not working? Oh, you still need the black piece, that's why. So you need to put the black piece on there. Then go through his flipper into his foot. I'm making this look really easy, aren't I? There you go. So you can then angle him as if he's swimming off somewhere. Anyway, after all that, I don't actually going to use those pieces. I'm going to put these back on there and just have him standing, which will match all the other diver style minifigures I have in Collectible series. And then his head's disappeared, so it's still in the packet. Oh, it's over here. That's a lady diver. Helmet and mask, of course. She comes with a turtle and some general greenery. You can put one in her hand. Like a sea turtle. That's a new mould, I think. I don't think we've had that small turtle unless it's a friend's mould. I haven't got any, so that's good. That's the first one of those I've ever had. So there's our diver. Right, next we have I always do a character dressed up in a costume, and this series it's a Llama Girl. So Llama Girl comes with a carrot to chew on. So give that for her to hold there. And then we have Llama Girl. Comes with a second carrot greenery bit. So as well as quite often in these series you have someone dressed up as an animal, you also have people dressed up in random costumes. So we've had pizza, watermelon, sweet corn, and this time it's a peapod. So there's 2 peas and a space for our Peapod Girl, and she's got some, it looks like green peas in a bowl on her torso with dark green legs, and when we pop that over, her head will nicely appear in the 3rd pod. And I'm not quite sure why, but apparently if you're eating peas you're also eating apples, so she's holding an apple. So there we go. Peapod Girl. No spare parts in that bag. And next up we have not sure which one this is, so actually let's look at the list. Green torso, small propeller. Oh, it's this guy down here. So it's the guy flying the quadcopter drone, sticking his tongue out, concentrating very hard on flying it, obviously. So let's put him together. There's his face of concentration. He also looks like he's got a plaster on his face, as if he's hurt himself at some point. And I imagine this tells you how you put the drone together. Yes, we've got this piece on there. You've got the 4 propeller blades that go in each corner. Like that, and as it's a small piece, they give you a spare propeller blade. And then to make it look like it's got a camera on it, we've got just a black trans 1x1 round tile on the front. And then there is his controller for the quadcopter, which is a new printed piece. So we'll put that in one hand. Not sure if he's going to be able to, oh yes, he's got a stand on the back, so he is going to be able to hold his quadcopter. There we go. There's our drone guy. And we've got a spare 1x1 round tile. This is what I possibly think could be my favourite of this series. On the listing he's just called Space Fan. I'm a big classic space fan myself, and you can see there's a very famous set on his torso from the old classic space series of the 80s. And that's not a he, it's actually a she. So she's a space fan. There you go. So she's got space on her baseball cap there. And we've got a printed tile, a 2x3 tile of blueprints for her rocket she's making. So put that in one hand. And the other one, you've got this cool little rocket with a printed 1x1 round brick with NASA on it. So that's the rocket she's making. And she's also not quite sure why, for a model rocket, why you'd have a giant spanner like that, but she's got one anyway. So there's Space Fan. Definitely my favourite of the series, I think. So I'll put her up here with her rocket scaring the turtle next door to her. Right. So that is 6 down. Now 16, that means there's 10 to go. This is quite cool one as well. This is Pajama Girl. So she's got short child legs and a pink set of pajamas there. Looks like they've got bunny rabbits on it. Is that the bunny rabbit heads? And then a cute little sleepy looking girl's face with her hair and her cuddly bunny rabbit to take to bed with her. Great. And up next, we have the martial arts boy. Now he's got a double-sided head, happy on this side, or maybe angry, maybe looking on this side. Let's make him happy looking instead. Maybe he's just determined. So that happy looking face. There's his hair. He seems to have got a set of these nunchucks. He's going to practice his martial arts with. There we go. Right, this is another one with a nod back to old 80s minifigures. So he's a tournament knight. So again, he's got dual molded legs in this, the light bright orangey yellow, and then a very stern face on him with a nice looking medieval helmet. And oh look, a choice of plume to go in his helmet. Oh no, not a choice, they're exactly the same piece, but you get two of them, so one's a spare. So we'll put one of those in. His shield, the logo on his shield's a little bit similar to the 1980s Black Falcon, maybe. Perhaps it's a nod to that. Much bigger swords than we used to get in the old minifigures. And there we go, our tournament knight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, over halfway. Another good one here. So dual molded black and white legs there, with a sort of salmon pink top. Sort of determined looking lady's face, and a very cool hair and baseball cap combined piece, because she is the break dancer, and she's got a cool 80s stereo that she's holding, and we get given a 1x2 jumper plate. I'm not entirely sure what that's for. Okay, so on the picture here you can see what they've done is put the jumper plate down and then use one of these clear transparent jump pieces, so she's in mid-air doing her break dancing. And then they've stuck the stereo on the floor there. So they've done this. Oops. So she's like that. Which is quite cool, but like I said, I store mine. In fact, I can show you what I generally display my collectible minifigures in. I have, this is a set of Star Wars droids, but these boxes which have a button on top you can press and open up, and they come in sets of displaying 8 like this one, or double width ones which display 16, so I've got lots of those, and I normally put collectible minifigures in those, the 16 ones, so not these, or 2 of these. So that is why I generally keep them as compact as I can, because there's not much space inside those display cabinets. So there we go, our breakdancing girl. A spear. This has got a packet inside it. So here's this. So this is our athlete. So again, black and white dual molded legs with a logo on the side. A bit similar to an Adidas logo maybe, and a number, so if he's doing a marathon, that's his entry number, but unfortunately we're going to hide that with gold medal. And once again I keep saying he, but this is actually a lady's face, so there's a very determined athletic face. Have we got a, yes, we've got a second one on the side, so after she's won her race, much happier. We've got ponytail hair on there, and this is, I presume that's a shield. Oh no, athlete, so that's a discus. She's doing athletics, of course she is. So there's a discus for her to throw, and also a javelin for her to throw. So she's exceptionally good at one of them, as she's got her gold medal. Is that gold, or it could be bronze? Maybe she's only not quite as good as 2 other people. There you go, there's her with her discus and her javelin. Right, this is another good one. So this is Pinata Boy. I need to just check how they want these cloaks to go on. So one on the front, one on the back. So these are the stiffer material cloaks. So these ones, if they get creased, they keep their creases in them. You go one on the back like that, and one on the front. If I can get it on. Like that. So he's got one part of his poncho on the front and one come down the back, but that's actually 2 pieces of cloth. Then he's got his sombrero hat. Which way does that go on? Like that. And he's got 2 sticks. To hit his pinata and hopefully get lots of goodies and treats out of it. So there we go. If we move him over slightly, hopefully the pinata can stand on the stud next to him. Like that. Great. And we get a spare stick as well. Only 4 more to go. This is another cool one. So we've got some pink legs and a cool rock style leather jacket with a pink flash on it, because this is the 80s music guy and he's seriously into his music there. We've got a dual sided head. Yes, we have. So let's make him happy. It is really cool long 80s hair. What does it say on the back? Tour. And he's playing, which you only found in the 80s, of course, a Keytar. If I can get him to hold it. Very cool. So we've had a few guitars before, but that's the first 80s Keytar I can think of in Lego form. There's our 80s music guy. And down to the last 3. Oopsie, sorry, bashed the camera in. Right, we have got here a rather good face there, because this is our pirate girl. Nice little pouch on back printing there, and she's got again a plume to go in her hat. One way up, there like that, and your standard pirate sword that we've had for many years. And in this set we're getting a spare plume and a spare sword. There we go. Start the second row. And down to the last two. Now from the a few series ago when we had the Minifig birthday series, we had a little boy and a little girl in a Lego brick costume, and they've revived it in this series. In that series, the birthday series, there was a red one and a blue one, and now we've got a green one. So there's a 2x3 Lego brick, and someone is obviously going to a party dressed as a Lego brick in his green Lego brick costume. And what's he got here? Ooh, 10. I presume that's saying the 10 years of Lego Collectable Minifigures. So the other two were when it was the anniversary of the minifigure, so of the patent of the minifigure, and this is the 10-year anniversary of the collectible minifigure. So he's going to look great with the other two. Oops, he dropped his tile. That's nice silver printing on that one, metallic silver. And our very last one. If you memorised the chart from the beginning of the video, you'll know which one this is. If you didn't, wait 2 seconds and I'll tell you. So we've got dual moulded legs in red and white. A rather fancy red uniform. That's the head print, or very serious head there, not a double print. And I'm not quite sure why, but this is just called Super Warrior. So he's a super warrior, a bit like a superhero maybe. And he's got a large green sword type item there. So there you have it. There's our complete set of series 20. There's nine more for you to see. And there we go, series 20 collectible minifigures. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.